You good?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so I'm doing 1967 Chevy G10 kingpins. There's the spindle. As you can see, inside the top edge right here, there's an O-ring that I put in because that's what comes out of it. The spindle goes on like this onto the thing, so your O-ring will be underneath the top section of it, right? And then your bearing, letters up, see it says top, goes on the bottom like this. And all of that fits on to your kingpin and axle like that. Alright, now, per the directions of this thing, the way this kind of works is, I'm going to put the kingpin in there a little bit, and then I'm going to jack this up using this jack a tiny bit to put pressure on the spindle going upwards. That will allow me to put my shims in. And depending on how many I can fit in, that's how many I fit in, and then it's tight, and then I'll fit the kingpin all the way the rest of the way down in there. So let's get a little bit of this started here. We are going to get a little grease. Get that in there. Oh, there's that one. Alright. Kingpin. Here's the kingpin. Now, I will tell you, I had to have the spindles machined, or I mean the bushings pressed into the spindles, and then they went to machine the bushings to be able to fit the kingpins, and the machinist said this section here is a little bit fatter than the top and the bottom section, so he machined the bushings for the part of the kingpin that's actually going to be inside there, and left the middle section fat because it fits in the axle correctly. So make sure if you have them machined that you tell your machinist fit the bushings to the part of the kingpin that those bushings are actually going to be riding on. Alright, so when you go to do this notch in the kingpin faces the inside of the axle, faces straight in that way because that's where your pin is. Alright, so I've already got the O-ring in there, so what we're going to do is fit this in a little bit. Alright, so our kingpin is in there now. So now what I can do is I'm going to give this a little jack up and kind of see how many of these shims I can fit in there. So there's one, there's two. So it looks like I can fit two in there real good. So